All right, in this one, guys, we're playing white, and black's queen just moved from e6 to d7. So let's do material count first and see what's going on. So I have 6 pawns, black has 5. I have a queen, a rook, and a knight, and black has a queen and 2 rooks. So we have a knight and a pawn for a rook. So fairly even. Technically, black's up a pawn, but I do like our position more. It's a lot more aggressive. Our king is a little bit exposed on e2, but black's is definitely looking exposed with some possible checkmate ideas that I have right now. So what I'm looking at to start is like queen a8, queen to a8 check, and the king would have to go to c7. And so you got to think like, what's a good follow up with that? Like, keep it going, because we do cut off the entire eighth rank now. I mean, we are on pre, we're under attack from black's rook back on f8, but speed really matters. So maybe b6 check is a follow up, and if b6, king takes b6, a5 check would be a good follow up. But if a5 check, king can fall back to c7, and our queen is still on pre, so we'd have to move our queen next. And I don't know if that's probably not it, just because what would our queen do? We'd have to go to queen a7, and then it's just too slow. Now we put the ball back into black's court, so it may not be a5. What's another way we can follow that up? Let's start from the top. Queen a8 check, king to c7, b6 check. We cut off the eighth rank, which is great. So king takes b6 because he has to. Um, ooh, what about rook b1? Rook to b1 check, almost like an accordion mate. Using both A and B files with our queen and our rook. So if rook b1 check, if he goes back to c7, king c7, then we'd have rook takes b7 checkmate. So that's an accordion mate, and that is fast. That's a good attack. But he doesn't have to. So let's start from the top, because he doesn't have to go to c7, and there might be other ways for him to defend that. So queen a8 check, king c7, b6 check, king takes b6, rook to b1 check. Now he doesn't have to go to c7, because if he goes to c7, you know what we do. We checkmate him with rook takes b7 checkmate with the accordion mate. So let's say he sees that, and he goes king to c5, because he doesn't want to get checkmated. So king to c5. Maybe we'd have. I want to get our queen back in it now, with like queen to a7 check, with like the backwards diagonal, checking him from there. And then if b6 to block the check, then queen takes b6, supported by a rook on b1. So that's check, and that's checkmate if he does that. So that's if he blocks with the pawn with b6. So let's say he doesn't block with the pawn, because we got to consider all defenses for our opponent. So after queen to a7 check in that line, king goes to, well, he has no other moves. He can't go on the b file. Our rook cuts it off. He can't go to c4 because our pawn cuts it off. Our queen cuts off the entire a7 to g1 diagonal, so he can't stay on it, and he can't go to d5. So that's checkmate, guys. So let's start from the top just to make it very clear and succinct. So in line 1, we have queen to a8 check, king c7, b6 check, king takes b6, rook to b1 check, king back to c7, and rook takes b7 checkmate. That's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 moves. That's a 4-move checkmate. That's line 1. Now we got to do line 2. In line 2, we have queen to a8 check, king c7, b6 check, king takes b6, rook to b1 check, king to c5, queen to a7 check, b6, queen takes b6 checkmate. Let's count that out. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. That's a 5-move checkmate. So we have a 4-move checkmate in line 1 and a 5-move checkmate in line 2. So now that we have considered everything that black can possibly do, let's go ahead and make the move officially. And that first move was queen a8 check. Yep, king goes to c7. Our next move we calculated was b6 check. Yep, king takes on b6. Next move we calculated was rook to b1. And it just stops there. So that's a 2168 rated puzzle, guys, at only a 47.5% pass rate. On to the next.